March 13th of 2025, it's 8 PM in Germany, Hamburg, and two of the best players in the world are about to face each other. On one side, we have Hamza Hera El-Baher, the undisputed best player ever from Canada. On the other side, we have Roberto Tato Jimenez, known as the master strategist and a longtime pro of the game from Spain. Or should I begin with, it's March 13th of the 11th century, somewhere on the coast of the Black Sea, and the Lithuanian tribes face what is left of the Persian Empire. Both commanders have settled a small camp by the shore, but the high concentration of salt in the Black Sea only provides a small amount of fish and contaminates the coast, where resources are scarce. Only to the west in the bountiful forest can one find the gold and wood needed to conquer these lands. Right from the start, we see a different approach from both leaders. Hera, the Persian commander, would expand to the east to begin fishing, which is a great source of food. Uncontested, this could skyrocket his economy to the next stage, but the Lithuanian commander has a plan. While Hera is spending the little amount of wood he has to build a dock, Tato is using it to build a barracks. It doesn't take him long to send 3 men in thick clothes and wielding a mace to the enemy base. The plan is to prevent the Persians from hunting rhinos and ostriches by hunting them first. An interesting plan to which the Persians don't react. Their fishing economy is growing, they have no need to hunt wild animals. Until the Lithuanians, who managed to advance to the next stage faster, began to build fire galley. As the navy starts setting the Persian fishing ships on fire, the thick cloth of the militia turns to gambesons and their clubs to proper swords and shield. By attacking 2 fronts at the same time, the Lithuanians take down a couple of villagers and fishing ships. But because Hera didn't invest his resources into army, he's able to advance to the 3rd age right away, the Castle Age. With a weak economy, he trains powerful mounted knights, which not only outpower any military the Lithuanians can make in the feudal age, but also have a great speed and march straight to Tato's base. The defenses are thin, but the long pole arms with pointed heads of the Lithuanian spearmen push back the first wave with minimal losses. We're doing it, thinks the Lithuanian general. Their economy is much stronger, and they've survived the technological timing advantage of the Persians. But behind this weak attack, Hera is making his first crucial move. Monks come out of his monastery to collect 4 of the 5 available relics. In the safety of his religious walls, those artifacts will provide him with a slow but steady amount of gold, and most importantly, he denies the Lithuanian knights from feeling empowered by such religious dominance. For each relic Tato could have captured, his mounted swordmen would have gotten stronger. As Tato reaches the castle age himself, Hera has caught up in economy thanks to the training efficiency of Persian town center. The positions are now quite even, as both commanders urge their councillors to develop their farming lands and expand their growing cities. But the relics already start giving the Persian a significant advantage. With 1,000 gold in their bank, they begin advancing to the 4th and last age, the Imperial age. And this time we take a step back here to talk about Hera and Tato as well as the stakes here. Besides a nice $40,000 for the tournament, the prestige Tato could acquire from winning the series is immeasurable. Out of the 29 S-tier playoff series Hera has played, he won 29. He has won every 1v1 S-tier tournament since March 2023, exactly 2 years ago. His dominance is uncontested, but the last 2 players who beat him were the Viper and Tato. This German land is double elimination, and sending Hera to the loser bracket would shake up the whole community. Tato seems to be in a solid position to do so, but while the Imperial Age is the ultimate technological advancement, the battle is far from over. As the Persian leader invested so much into researching new technologies, the Lithuanians have started to assemble a strong military force. Tato's strategic mind is tingling. He knows something is coming and he needs to act. As his knights push back the Persian army, he sends his villagers forward to build a castle on the very face of his opponent. It's a bold move, but since the best defense is offense, the Lithuanian commander will take matters into their own hands. Almost immediately, the Persians begin building what is known as counter-castle, and sends their whole army to attack the Lithuanian villagers building their castle. Both buildings finish in time, and Tato has accomplished exactly what he had planned for. The Persians have a technological and an economical advantage in this battle, but they're missing a key component, the position. Because the Lithuanians have pushed them back inside their own base and have been raiding their expansion to the bountiful forest, Hera is left without access to gold mines. How can one support an army without the precious yellow mineral? To put the nail in the coffin, Tato rushes to the north, which was left of his forward villager to put down another castle, blocking any further expansion into the bountiful forest. But Hera is the strongest commander of the century for a reason. It's a plethora of blue-dressed citizens that are sent to build their own castle. The risk is immense and the sacrifices many, but the job is done. The few villagers remaining can start mining gold again. In the center, the Persians began assembling trebuchets to break out of the blockades. In the south, the Lithuanians have sighted the stealthy expansion to access gold, and once again Tato sends his villager and pikemen forward to build yet another castle. Although greater in number, the Persian citizens are too often raided to maintain a steady income of resources. The war of attrition begins. Can Tato keep Hera blocked in his corner long enough for the remaining gold to be exhausted? Or, as more fights and encounters happen, will the technological advantage of the Persians turn out to be too much? Until now, the Lithuanian army, despite being weaker, was in greater numbers, and the Persians were able to hold on with their powerful cavalry. But the pikemen's polearms are now a problem. The Persians will need to add crossbow to their army composition if they want to take advantageous battles. Small and inconclusive skirmishes are sent through the center and the east. The Lithuanians are preparing their next large attack. In the Imperial Age, the trebuchets are incredible at taking down castles, but still stuck in the Castle Age, the Lithuanians can only count on battering rams. And they gather their whole forces to the west in the hope of breaking Hera's position and access the forest gold. The attack is sudden, and the Persians' army is out of position. Villagers are taken down as they try to run away from the powerful Lechai, wreaking havoc in their ranks. The castle is on fire and falls down. The momentum is strong for the Lithuanians, who, instead of continuing the push through the forest, decide to switch their attention back to the center. The Persians are only reacting, they're not dictating where the fights happened, and are once again out of position when the Lechai ravage their farming lands. As the situation looks very dire for Hera, he has one trick up his sleeve. His crossbow army has been getting stronger behind all of this and is now ready to start pushing back in the west. He's been out of stone for a while, meaning he can't repair or build new castles. He's been out of gold for a while, meaning he can't replenish his cavalry. And he's now struggling on wood as well, as the Lechai attacks are relentless. This one push is all he has left. The Lithuanian army is gathering in the back, waiting for the opportune moment to pounce on the crossbowmen. Their economy has now been fully developed and they are finally advancing to the Imperial Age. The only advantage the Persians had over the Lithuanians is gone. Both leaders are hesitant. Losing this one battle would surely mean losing the war. But Tato won't take the risk. He jumps in quickly to take out the trebuchet and then jumps out. He's buying time and forcing Hera to spend the little gold he has left. The exhaustion starts to kick in. This war has been going on for years now. Hera is once again reinforcing his western push, to trebuchet this time. He won't make the same mistake again. At the same time, he tries to force an expansion on the east, asking Tato a simple question: which area do you value the most? Tato doesn't want to engage with the massive crossbow army Hera has. He charges in the east, taking down more Persian villagers, has his castle in the west, his turn to dust. The blockade is finally over, but Tato assembles his troops back to the west. He notices that the Persian cavalry has gotten weaker. What were heavily armored cavalier are now simple hussars in chainmail. He charges once into the crossbowmen, but they manage to fall back to their castle. Forced to disengage, the Lithuanians start to suffer heavy losses. But after all of this, Tato still has control over most of the lands, giving him access to the precious gold mines. Surely this massive advantage will carry him through the war. Maybe a little overconfident, the Persian commander starts pushing towards Tato's base. Is he misreading the situation? Tato's army has never been stronger, and with haste, he launches a cavalry onslaught. Successful, he floods the Persians' lands with his winged hussars. Hera's eco is at the limit, his army is gone, and in the historical books, everyone will write how the new Lithuanian coalition put a final end to the great Persian Empire. Or at least, so I thought. Where every general would give up, Hera revealed his true power. When all hope should be lost, he hangs on. His scouts help him get a grasp of Tato's situation. He too has finally run out of golds. And no gold means no siege. And you remember when, what feels now like a century ago, Hera gathered the holy artifacts in his monastery? Well, the slow but steady trickle of gold has been very valuable so far, and it's about to become decisive. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of a 100 battle. One fight after another, even though outnumbered, Hera will kill every gold unit Tato sends at him. And Tato can feel the victory slowly slipping away. He knows Hera has the relics, he knows the clock is ticking against him. In what seems to be the 100th attempt to clear the Persian forces, the Lithuanian will lose their faith, and finally, the war. I hope you enjoyed this format. It's my first time trying it, so I'd love to hear your feedback. Should I lean more into the immersion, or would you guys like more analysis of the gameplay? Just let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.